The year was 2021. I'm in this exact room, my first year out of high school, and I hated my life. My first year out of high school, out in like the real world with a severe video game addiction. I was already around 3 years in the gym. Kinda was on self-improvement, but not really. Yeah, I was slowly building muscle. I was slowly improving my looks, but I still struggled with feeling like I was progressing. I just felt like I wasn't progressing as much as I was capable of. My first year out of high school, I'd go to uni, but most of it was online because 2021, it was another lockdown year. I wouldn't even attend my online classes. I would give uni the bare minimum. I'd focus on just passing, P's get degrees. But you know what I'd do instead of actually studying, of being social? Even though it was lockdown, I guess it was hard to be social, but you know what I'd do instead? I'd play video games for over 8 hours a day. I'd constantly use video games as an escape from reality, an escape from my problems, an escape from going on that date, an escape from everything. And deep down, I knew this. And you probably know this as well. You know playing an hour of video games is literally doing you no good, but you still do it every single day of the week. Younger Adrian was stuck in such a rut. His sleep schedule was absolutely ridiculous. I'd wake up around 2, 3 p.m. because I was up playing video games till 4 to 6 a.m. And I'd cope and I'd say, as long as I get my 8 hours, I'm still healthy. I'll still build muscle if I get my 8 hours of sleep. Yeah. Little did I know about how important circadian rhythm is. Little did I know about how much of a bum I truly was. Waking up at 2 p.m. while everyone's about to almost clock off their 9 to 5. I'd just wake up. I'd wake up, I'd eat some processed breakfast, then I'd wash dishes, might have a shower in the morning, not even morning, might have a shower, probably won't. 3, 4 p.m. rolls past, it's already kind of late. I'll just grab my console and play video games till the AM. That was my life in 2021. And yeah, you can say, Adrian, it was lockdown. It's okay. It was lockdown. You couldn't be social anyway. Cope. I could have used this free time to only further my own self-improvement. But video games were the one thing that was constantly holding me back. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways in which helped me eliminate and disintegrate my video game addiction, and hopefully it can motivate and inspire you to beat this addiction, because we all know how much video games is just sapping, draining, depleting your masculine essence to become the best version of yourself. Step 1 to beat this addiction: stop replying to group chats. Quick story. When I was slowly trying to reduce the amount of time spent playing video games, when I was trying to just honestly improve my life and stop wasting time, there was always one thing which made me continue to relapse and continue to hop on and play one more game, one more hour, one last time before then I focus on my self-improvement. Just one more time. One quick session of Fortnite, one game of 2K. It won't hurt. Pro clubs with the boys? Yeah, why not? Step number 1 is you have to stop replying to group chats. You say you're on self-improvement. You say you're trying to become better, trying to eliminate this addiction, but you're still in this environment of video gamers. You want to be that jacked guy. You want to improve your confidence. You want to start reading books, but you're in group chats with video gamers. You're in group chats with people who you don't really relate with as much as you once did. And whenever they text you, or whenever they text in this chat saying, who's on, even though you're on a different path, it still gives you this little craving to just play one last time. Maybe you haven't played video games for 2 weeks. Yeah, congratulations, good stuff. But as soon as you get this text from maybe one of your old friends, you just want to play one last time. And this just makes you fall back into your old degenerate habits, like it did for me. I was watching a bunch of self-improvement videos like this. I was on TikTok scrolling, seeing how to become better, how to build more muscle, how to improve my mindset, how to improve and increase my confidence, social skills, etc. But then a random Tuesday in the middle of the week, I'd get a text saying, hop on. The classic hop on. And I'd completely forget about everything I previously said to myself regarding self-improvement, just because of this one text. Hop on. When I started to become aware of this, when I started to realize, hold on, Adrian, I don't even have that much fun playing video games as I once did. I literally have more fun nowadays reading a book than frying my dopamine levels. Why am I in these group chats? They're just increasing that desire for me to waste time. What am I doing? Why am I replying to these messages? When I became aware of this and I said to myself, okay, there's 2 ways I can do things. I can stay the same guy and continuously reply to their message to keep them happy, or I can ignore their messages. I can leave the group chats. That might hurt a little bit more in like the short term. It might sting because let's be real, we don't like to piss people off. As masculine guys, we do want to keep everyone happy. But think about the long-term rewards and gains you're going to get from leaving that group chat, which doesn't really benefit you in any way. As harsh as this may or may not sound, I'm sure you can like kind of agree with me on this. Like, do you even relate with what they're saying in the chat? They're sending all these like brain rotting TikToks. What the fuck? They're talking about sports like you don't even watch sports anymore. You spend your time in a more constructive way on self-improvement. They keep talking about the new NBA 2K, the new Fortnite season, whatever. But you don't even care as much as you once did. It's like, why are you in these chats, bro? You do realize if you were to leave them or stop answering to these messages, you're going to become that like masculine version of yourself. You're going to become one step closer to attracting that girl you want to attract. You can say, oh, Adrian, it's not all about girls. Yeah, it kind of is, bro. What is one of our main desires as a masculine guy? To reproduce, right? It's in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You know what one of the needs is? It's sex. It's not playing 1 hour of Fortnite with your friends. This is probably a really hard pill to swallow. You're hearing some random wog with a buzz cut saying to you, oh, stop playing video games, they're not good for you. Despite like how much fun you may or may not had during your video game years. Like I'm not denying, yeah, I had a good amount of fun playing them, but my life has improved a whole lot more the less amount of time I dedicated to the virtual world. Step number 2 to stop and defeat this addiction. When I started watching videos like this and I started hearing how like video games aren't good for you, how you should be progressing in the real world, it kind of motivated me. And you're watching this video right now, you're probably a little bit motivated to beat your video game addiction. You want to beat all your addictions. Maybe you've got a junk food addiction. Maybe you've got a vaping addiction. Maybe you've got a short form content scrolling addiction. You just spend like 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 hours a day scrolling and not even remembering the last short form video you just watched. We all have addictions. We're all human. And there's 2 ways to beat them. When I became aware of how many hours I spent a day playing video games, let's say 2021, I was probably playing like 6-7 hours. When I became aware of that number, there's 2 routes like I could have like taken to beat this addiction. First is cold turkey. Cold turkey pretty much means you go from consuming or indulging a habit in like extreme. Let's say you're scrolling for 6 hours a day. Let's say you're cheating on your diet 5 times a day. Let's say you're vaping 100 times a day. You go from that specific like high extreme number to 0. Instantly, because you think deep down it's going to help you beat this addiction faster, get the benefits faster, which, yeah, it kind of makes sense. You're going from 100 to 0 just like that. Cool, great, whatever, you're impatient. But how much harder do you think this makes it? Because I would do this. I would go from 7 hours of video games a day to 0 because I'd watch videos like this. It really, really motivated me to beat and like disintegrate my addiction. But what do you think happened? The withdrawal symptoms were like ridiculously high. You know how high the cravings were when I'd go from one extreme to the other? I'd only last like maybe 1 to 2 days if I was lucky. And then before you know it, I completely forgot about why I made this goal. I completely forgot about all the benefits. And I just find myself in this chair playing video games again. Scrolling again. Taking a bite of a Big Mac again. I wasn't beating my addiction the right and healthy and sustainable way. Now you're probably asking, Adrian, what is the way? How do I stop playing video games? My answer to you is baby steps, patience. It's that simple. Let's say right now you're playing 6 hours a day. Cool, great. That's unhealthy. That's a waste of time, but how can you improve yourself from your current situation? How can you go from point A to point B? Get a whiteboard. Write down 6 hours a day. That's your situation right now and you really want to fix this. You're like super motivated. Okay, great. You're currently playing 6 hours a day. How can you make progress? Let's go from 6 hours to 5 hours this week. That's like not really the hardest change to make, right? It's kind of unnoticeable. 1 less hour, you already play 6. 1 less hour might piss you off a little, but at least you're still playing for 5 hours. How much lower do you think the withdrawal symptoms are? How much more likely do you think you'll be to actually stick with this? It's not a bad thing. You've actually improved your life by 1 hour. And here's the thing. Once you can accomplish this mini goal you've set out for yourself, it kind of makes you feel good. It kind of brings a smile on your face. It kind of makes you feel like and get the belief that I'm capable of achieving anything. I thought I was like severely addicted to video games. I thought I was severely addicted to being on my phone. But I just accomplished a mini goal. Holy fuck. Let's set another goal. I've gone from 6 to 5. Let's go from 5 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4. I've gone from 6 to 5. Let's go to 5 to 4. Let's slowly chip away brick by brick and actually build momentum and start to improve my life. Start to think long term instead of short term. Start to do stuff which actually makes me feel good and doesn't sap and drain my energy. Like sitting there in front of a 60-inch plasma TV fucking wasting time playing Fortnite. Seriously, video games don't benefit you in any single way. Oh, they help my hand-eye coordination. They help me problem solve. That's fucking cope. That is cope. You're too lazy to go out in the real world and socialize. Do you think anyone cares about the achievements you've made in the virtual world? Because quite frankly, I can look you dead in the eye and say, no. What? You're gonna go on a date and tell her about what division you are in pro clubs? As cringe as this may sound, why do you waste time achieving something which means absolutely nothing? That you can't showcase, that you can't show off. And yeah, I know not everything's about validation and showing things off, but like, come on. We all kind of care about how others perceive us. We all kind of care about achieving goals and showcasing them, right? It's a masculine desire. You want to achieve something and then tell stories about it. That's pretty much what I'm doing here. That's why you're interested in watching this video. Stop coping. Just make a little adjustment and you'll see how capable you actually are from becoming the man you want to become. Just from, ticking a little box, achieving a little goal, and then identifying what your next goal is. Third and final step to beat your video game addiction. If you've made it this far in the video, and those 2 steps haven't really motivated or inspired you much, think of this final step as the last resort. Step number 3 is sell your console. Get it out of your environment. Piss it off. At the start of 2024, me and my brother, we looked at each other and we asked ourselves, how can we make more money? What's sitting in a room which is taking up space that we don't use anymore? It was the most obvious question to answer. We walk in a room and we see a huge PS5 console that has been collecting dust for the past 6 months because we've been disciplined enough to not waste time on this. But we looked at each other and said, hold on, what if randomly we do get a craving to play 1 hour of Fortnite, 1 hour of 2K? That's not going to benefit us. So we became so obsessed with eliminating stuff from our environment that doesn't promote us. Literally, as soon as we had this conversation, we took action on it. Texted a couple of my mates, and if you boys want a PS5? Oh, one of my mates actually did. Ship it off, out of my environment. We'll never get the impulse of having to play video games again. Yeah, maybe if I do get a little impulse, I can go on my laptop and just buy one and purchase one. But do you really think I'm going to do that after I just had the discipline to sell it? Probably not. If you feel like you're in a bit of a rut now, you've tried steps 1 and 2, but you still keep relapsing, take the leap. Sell your console, because it's something I did and I can tell you with the biggest smile on my face. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I'm no longer wasting hundreds of hours like everyone else is doing. I'm starting to flip my use of time and make more progress. And as I say in all my videos, as masculine guys, we feel most happiest when we're making progress towards a certain goal, a meaningful goal, a goal we can tell our kids, a goal we can tell our wives, a goal we can showcase to the world. Not a meaningless goal which boosts your ego, gives you maybe a little bit of status, a little bit of validation, but in the virtual world, that doesn't mean much. Start to make real progress, start to hop on self-improvement, and you'll almost laugh at yourself that why you didn't start this sooner. Why you didn't go to the gym sooner? Why you didn't start eating healthy sooner? Why you didn't delete TikTok sooner? Why you didn't sell your console sooner? You'll start to laugh at the younger version of yourself because now you've made so much progress compared to everyone else in your life. All of those old friends in high school who were pulling you down. All of those friends who were telling you, oh, come out clubbing just one more night. Come drink some alcohol with us. Stop trying to keep everyone happy. Your own self-improvement should come first before anything. Sell your console. I hope this video motivated or inspired you. I'm currently doing one-on-one coaching course. It will be the first link in the description. Other than that, make sure to click the subscribe button for more of these videos to pop up on your homepage instead of those shitty clickbait entertainment videos which provide you with absolutely no value, provide you with no motivation or education. And also make sure to click that little bell icon. It will remind you of when I do post videos and you can watch them as soon as humanly possible. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.